So last week we were talking about how Daredevil and other Defenders characters were about to have their shows migrate over to Disney Plus. And folks, it has happened. They've arrived. There's some really swanky, beautiful like banner art for Daredevil and all these characters on Disney Plus makes it look so good. And mind you, they're not even censored. These are a lot of people were thinking, are they going to edit them down? Is it going to, have you seen what they did to Daryl Hannah's ass crack and Splash on the Disney app?
No,
No, dude, you got to look it up. It's amazing. At some point, the mermaid Daryl Hannah runs. You know Splash, right? With Tom Hanks.
Yes, I'm familiar.
At some point, you see her like run away from Tom Hanks naked and to go dive into the ocean, and her ass is just a fuzzy beige thing. Like they got rid of Daryl Hannah's ass crack.
So they took Henry Cavill's digital mustache and just put it on her ass crack.
There you go.
Oh,
so
I'm glad that they're still getting use out of that.
So people were worried that they were going to Daryl Hannah's ass crack Daredevil and all these other things, and it didn't happen. And not only is Daredevil now on Disney Plus, but what is the big sort of hot rumor right now about Daredevil, Brett?
They gonna make another one.
See, that is huge. Okay, that's that
apparently like set to make production this year, supposedly.
According to Production Weekly, which by the way, that is not that's not a tabloid, that's not a rumor mill type of thing. Production Weekly is an industrial it's a trade. It's an industry trade mainly meant for people who work in the film industry. It's not even meant to be like peasants like you and I aren't supposed to be reading Production Weekly. So the fact that that's going around within the industry, that is huge. And Charlie Cox was even recently asked about it. And he said something about how this could, if this all pans out, it might take up the next 10 years of my life, he basically said. And to me, that sounds like he's definitely had some conversations. It sounds like the show will, be brought back, and maybe his Daredevil is going to have a lot more to do. That's why they brought him into Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah. And I mean, it's just amazing. This sudden resurgence of Daredevil. Brett, did you ever see this coming?
No, man. It's really exciting. Like that was definitely like the highlight of the Netflix shows for me. Although I really love Jessica Jones too. But I'm excited, and it does bode well that, like you said, they put the original series on with no censors, no censorship. So I'm really hoping that they will, when they bring this Daredevil back, that we get the same treatment, and it's like a Deadpool situation. We get that rated R, that mature.
I mean, I have a feeling that they'll tone it down just a little bit if it's a Disney Plus original, but. Listen, either way, Charlie Cox doesn't need to drop an F-bomb to be an awesome Matt Murdock. It doesn't have to be as bloody to be a total kick-ass Daredevil. So if this all pans out and they actually do get to go into production and we get a 4th season and beyond of Daredevil, I mean, I don't think anyone really saw that coming. And I, for one, could not be more excited for that.
Yeah. I'm actually very curious to see Moon Knight when that comes out, which is I think in another month or so, because actually that is very, they've talked a lot about like, we really push it there, but I think it's going to be like a hard PG-13 kind of like what the Batman was. So I could see them going that way with it. But like I said, it's interesting that they put the old ones on not censored, unless they just really didn't want the backlash for censoring it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I hope they keep some stuff like diversify a little bit, like get some stuff for the adults, like the hardcore adults and stuff.
I mean, you bought
they want to mix it into the MCU, and you want everyone to be able to enjoy everything. So I think we should tell people, all the Fanboy Nation, probably brace yourselves that they're gonna probably milk and water some stuff down.
They probably
get to that mindset. I think that's probably what's gonna happen.
Yes, but we're getting more Daredevil, so don't look a gift horse in the eye. What? In the mouth? Sure.